Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the Middle-Aged Guys, and we're going to be bullshitting about a brand new project between Marvel and Square-Enix. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Grandma's one.
It was announced earlier today with a preload of a 51-second teaser trailer that Marvel has come together with Square-Enix, along with the development houses of Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, that they would be working on a brand new game for the Avengers. We don't know if it's connected to the cinematic universe or not, but it's going to be an Avengers branded IP. Now, a lot of people are going, "Oh wow, dude, that's awesome!" But the funny thing is that Square Enix has done something similar to this before. In fact, this isn't the first time that they've gone out of their way to spill the blood of a young executive, sacrifice their soul to Satan, and then create some sort of unholy abomination and union like this. Over a decade back, they went out of their way and they put together Kingdom Hearts, where Square Enix went ahead and jumped in with Disney. And people saw that. I was working at Electronics Boutique when that thing hit the shelves, and people saw that, and I was like,
Electronics Boutique.
You said Electronics Boutique. I haven't heard that name in like...
At least you didn't say Captron World of Nintendo.
Yeah, and also to frame it, we are middle-aged guys, and that was before the turn of the century. All right? God damn, I'm actually saying that in my lifetime. Fuck you both for making me feel old. All right? But in any case, I remember when we saw that actually end up on the shelves and everything, I pointed that out to my assistant manager, and I'm like, somebody sold their soul to the devil to make this fucking happen. All right? And, at the time, I thought that it was just going to be a one-off thing, that they were like, oh, this is going to sell like gangbusters. But I don't know if Disney and Square is ever going to do this again. Well, 18 plus fucking years later, all right, and around 6 fucking sequels, none of them counting up to 3. I don't know how they learned how to fucking count. Yeah.
I tell you what, they didn't learn how to count from Sesame Street.
Nope, they did not. All right. And if you know how they named the the nobodies, they definitely didn't learn how to fucking spell from Sesame Street either. All right. So all of a sudden they've got this huge fucking franchise. It's another franchise for Square Enix. Yeah, it's tethered to Disney and everything, and they put that out. Now, 2017, January 26th, they go ahead, or excuse me, January 25th, they go ahead and they announce the Avengers Reassembled project, which is going to be this brand new fucking project with Square and their best Western developers and everything like that. And people are like, of course, it sets the industry abuzz. And that's pretty much what we're going to talk about right now. I have a big theory about what this project actually will turn out to be. But before you hear me croak on for another 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor for everybody else. Guys, what are your thoughts on this particular announcement and the really, really brief 51-second trailer?
The trailer. So we saw a hammer, we saw some glasses, we saw an Iron Man glove, and we saw a Captain America shield. Whoa. Okay. So this boy band is going to come together. And at least we already know what it's not going to be. We know it's not going to be a sports game. I would trip out if it were the Avengers sports.
Avengers soccer.
Hey, Mega Man did it.
Yeah, okay.
No, we're not going to see that. I want to see the Hulk dunking a basketball. No.
Mario and Sonic track and field.
The Avengers Olympics.
Mario should have had a chance in that break.
I'm just saying.
Point taken. But it's like reassemble. What, they broke up at one point? I don't get that. It's like, damn. So assemble. They couldn't just put assemble. They could put ass. But look, it was just a 51-second trailer. We have no idea what type of game it is. We just need to see gameplay, and then no story, so then we can draw a definite conclusion.
What about you, Grey Mouse? What are your quick thoughts?
Well, for me, my quick thoughts are this: is that, like the theme was saying, we just saw hammer, shield, glasses, you know, and an arm from Iron Man. And who is the voiceover? I wonder. Is it, you know, it's kind of interesting. But what my thoughts were initially would probably be maybe it's a MOBA, like a strategy game. That would like a Final Fantasy Tactics, except with Marvel characters. I don't know. We don't know. All we saw was a 51-second trailer, and it would be interesting to see if it does turn into a MOBA. That would be very, very, very interesting, I would think, and I think that would fit well within the realms of Marvel and Square-Enix. That's just my thoughts.
I think everybody is pretty much interested in what this is going to be. I mean, Marvel themselves, they let it slip on Twitter earlier this week that that there was going to be a huge announcement Thursday. So everybody was, lined up to see what was going on. There's a whole bunch of things going on with not just the cinematic universe, but also with the video games, with the new Spider-Man video game coming out. Yeah, and they're that people are kind of interested. Maybe we'll just see some more information on some of this stuff, right? But what we got was a 51-second trailer, and that kind of lit everybody on fire and wondering what the hell is going on. One of the things that I think is happening, and I'm piecing this together with the announced information as far as the developers working on it, and also a little blurb from the media release that was accompanying from Marvel themselves. They said in the media release, the Avengers project is being designed for gamers worldwide, and it will be packed with all the characters, environments, and iconic moments that have thrilled longtime fans of the franchise. Featuring a completely original story, it will introduce a universe gamers can play in for years to come. If I sit there and I think about what that says, especially in the, will entertain gamers for years to come, and also with the folks involved, especially Square Enix, I'm thinking that they're probably going to either go out of their way to put together an MMO or possibly some sort of action RPG, open world sandbox game akin to Grand Theft Auto 5 with this huge multiplayer element that's, even though Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for like almost 4 years now, it's made more money over the last 2 years than it has at launch because people can't get enough of the multiplayer online part, and they want to go ahead and spend their money on those fucking microtransactions. Okay. I'm thinking that, if we go ahead and we look at the players involved, we have Marvel is going to go out of their way. You know what? I don't think they would want to go out of their way to approach Activision Blizzard because they've already got the biggest player in the MMO pile, World of Warcraft.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I don't think they're going to do, because then the Disney Infinity, they already have that sandbox world already. So that's why I'm thinking it's more of a battle arena, like a MOBA, like I said at the beginning.
But the thing with Disney themselves, when they closed down their studios, what happens was that they were seeing already a decline in the sales of the toys. All right, and Disney, ever since the 70s, all right, or the opening of the actual park, Disneyland, they know merchandising. All right, so when something starts declining, they either cut their losses and run, or they go ahead and they pump in a little bit of money into it, see if it goes ahead and holds itself up for a little bit longer. But they know merchandising, so and that's where they were making most of their money on. Yeah, was the figures.
Infinity 3.0 was that last bit of push that they said that, hey, there is no interest in this. We're going to move on.
On the next in Disney Infinity, on the next one, they need to have Main Street Electrical Parade floats. That's fucking
That's coming back.
Yeah, that just barely came back.
Yeah.
But
That shit.
I don't know. I mean, it would be me. I would think it would be very appropriate to be a battle arena. I'm not saying a fighting game per se, but like a Quake, just an arcade battle arena with you could pick your character, whatever, and you go around and on a team. I mean, that would kind of make sense.
It was, it's funny because thinking about this, okay, even though the fighting franchise is taken basically by Capcom and basically like that, I would love this to be like a Power Stone type of game. Instead of the Power Stones, you would use the Infinity Gem. You're running around
like an arena fighter. Yeah, I mean that would be cool. Yeah,
that would be cool as fuck.
Yeah, you know.
Even as a MMO, they could still do that shit.
One of the reasons why I'm leaning toward MMO is that if they're really looking at this toward the long term, because they've got a lot of developmental power, why are you going to pull everybody from a studio, not just one studio, but two of your best Western studios away to go ahead and work on this big project? You know, if it's not something that they're going to put in for the beginning. What's up?
You made a very valid point, though, is that if Disney and Marvel is trying to do this, they're fighting against some Goliaths. They're fighting against Activision, and Wizards of the Coast, and those guys are just they're the Goliaths in the room, or they're the elephant in the room.
Yeah, and to sit there and to kind of continue on, the only MMO that's actually made a scratch in the empire that World of Warcraft has built over the last decade has been the Final Fantasy games. All right. Yeah, there was EverQuest, there was Asheron's Call, and there was Guild Wars and everything else. But a lot of those either didn't last long enough, or they were kind of away from the central marketing point where World of Warcraft sat. Yeah. Now, Final Fantasy Online, as far as what they had for 11 and now 14, is turning out to be actually something significant. Okay.
Interesting that you say that, because that's one side of the house that I'm very into currently right now, like you said. And Guild Wars, the reason why it's so popular now is because it actually threw away the traditional MMO formula. They have their own formula. They reinvented another formula. So that could be now that you mentioned that, I think that the Reverend could be right, but they're going to have to reinvent something that's been invented again, pretty much like reinvent the wheel. And like I said, I think the MMO box is full, and I don't think there's any room.
But look at how many characters that Marvel actually has that they can put up in this, besides the Avengers, that they can put up in here.
Well, that's kind of, before, one of the things about that is that we don't know what universe.
Wait, is Lara Croft going to jump in this?
Oh God.
No, but there's a reason why they're using their Western developers, okay? And that's because they don't want to sit there and make all of the Avengers look like fucking Final Fantasy characters, all right? That's the reason why they're using their Western developers, all right? Otherwise, they would be using their in-house guys, and Hulk would end up being a chibi fucking figure, looking like a fucking plush toy, all right? Or Captain America is going to look like he's running around with fucking bed hair, and he's like fucking Noctis, okay? Where he's a 160-pound, 6'2" guy, throwing around that shield, okay?
Well, and one thing too is they don't want the Japanese interpretation of Barrett. That's not how black people are. They're, that's what they think black people look like. So I agree. I mean, there's some people that's in the Marvel universe, Mr. Motherfucker, for example, Nick Fury. You got people in there that don't need some wild Final Fantasy hairdos. I'm just saying.
Yeah. They'd probably attach like some sort of, they'd mechanize his eye patch or something like that, or do something else really crazy. But that's kind of also the reason why, like, as far as the MMO scene goes, that's also kind of the reason why I said that if it's not an MMO, maybe they'll go towards something like a third-person action sandbox game, like Grand Theft Auto with a GTA 5 Online, because the only other thing that comes close to an MMO that's around right now is Marvel Superheroes, I believe, which is on, Marvel Heroes, which is on Steam. It's a free-to-play game, free to register, free to download, and everything else. It has over $300 of fucking DLC to actually allow you to play other fucking characters and go into other places, so it's not really free. All right, but
I don't see them going that direction. I mean, simply because they already got that.
Yeah, I also don't know how successful that particular game is, to be completely honest.
Have you heard of it before? In passing, more than just in passing.
The funny thing is that it's Marvel Superheroes 2016 and was released in the middle of 2016. Up until I actually went out to look for it out of my way, I remember them saying something about it on the front page of Steam, like maybe sometime around in like August or September, but I haven't really heard anything about it, to be completely honest. It's just one of those things where it's like, if we put the pieces together, there are a few viable options that are going on here. And, if we look at the pieces that they've talked about, I'm pretty sure I know what they're going toward. It's just going to be kind of funny, or it's going to be interesting what, if they're going to sit there and tie this to the cinematic universe, or if they're going to tie this to their comic book universe. If they're going to tie it to the cinematic universe, this shit is not coming out until 2019. At least, okay? Until the next Avengers movie. All right? Not Infinity Wars, the one after that right now is not titled, most likely.
So let me ask you a question, Reverend, as a developer. Normally, you don't put anything out about a game until you at least have I'm not saying a complete game, I'm not saying 50%, but a bigger, a portion of it that you feel that's ready for public, right?
If you're actually going to show off gameplay, all right?
I mean, so in that case, and we could be at 2020, 2021 before this is released. This is just
if it is like a full-blown MMO or something that's really big like that, I'm thinking something that's going to have at least 24 to 36 months of development time. We don't know how much time they've actually poured into it before they put together that 51-second trailer. But if the only thing that they've had to offer is that 51-second trailer, I don't think they have any solid gameplay to sit there and show anybody at all. They don't even have fucking character models at this point.
Right.
Well, E3 is coming up in June.
That's true too.
Yep. And then we could see, Square-Enix can go ahead and they could run their thing, and they'll have Marvel and Disney jump out and they'll do their presentation. We'll see Beelzebub and Asmodeus on stage together, going ahead and ripping people out of the crowd to go ahead and steal their souls, to go ahead and sacrifice it up for this fucking game. Because like I said, it's some sort of unholy alliance that's bringing this shit together. But do I think it's going to result in another something else like Kingdom Hearts? Possibly. Now, whether or not that takes them, 10 years to go ahead and count to fucking 3, that's anybody else's guess. But the way that they're setting this up, and according to what I think they're trying to tell everybody, is that, this is something that they want to go ahead and last for a long, long time. All right. Any other thoughts on this one, guys, before we wrap it up?
Nope. Just show us more and bring it out.
Yeah, I want to see some gameplay myself. What about you, Gray Mouse? Anything?
All I can say is just don't make this turn into a scale down. That's all I gotta say is don't get our hopes up and then can the project. I'm still sour about that, but.
Well, I didn't hear at the end of that trailer exclusively for Xbox One and Windows 10 PC. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I was being facetious. My final thoughts are, same thing as you guys. We need to see gameplay before we can make any determination on what type of game it is, and looking forward being brought out.
Yep. And that's pretty much kind of what we want to ask you folks who, stuck with us all the way up to the end here. Thank you very much for doing that. What are your thoughts? What are your expectations? Are we off of our rockers? Is there something we've missed on this? Let us know. Leave us a comment below, what you might think of it. While you're at it, hit that like button, hit subscribe. We appreciate it. It's the start of a brand new conversation. And every brand new conversation is a good thing, especially with the way things are nowadays. We are the Middle-Aged Guys. We've been bullshitting about a 51-second teaser and a 2-sentence blurb from a media conference for the last 20 fucking minutes. That's how YouTube videos are made, folks. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming. Credits.